videoed.
Oh, yeah. Those fathers.
Okay, it's running. Are you guys feeling... Okay, that's really nice right there. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Kiki and Dan, and you realize that I'm making a video,
Yes.
and you give my permission to do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and I won't be selling this. I won't make any profit, and neither will you. So it's just for learning.
Okay.
It's for educational distribution. Okay, and I will send you a copy, which you can distribute as you wish.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want to talk about your home here?
Yes, this is La Tierra. We've lived here for 5 years. This is our first intentional community we've ever lived in. And what can I say? It's changed our lives completely. Having relationships with a family of 18 people has been amazing. And here we are. We're going to be moving into this unit up here very soon. And, it's wonderful. Yeah. I now have a relationship with the land and the people and the food I eat.
It's a pretty sweet spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, just really feeling connected to a group of people in a way that I didn't when I lived in like endless suburban tract housing and like really actually knowing my neighbors and developing those relationships. That story about borrowing a cup of sugar from your neighbors, like we actually do that here.
But yeah, I guess talking about the community, there's 18 people, and we live on 15 acres. We steward the land, and right now we're getting ready for May Day. Spring is here, and the rains have come, and oh my God, the land is blossoming, and we're gonna party and celebrate that as we do
Weave
with
a maypole.
Weave a maypole. We find ceremony is a big part of this community. We celebrate the equinoxes, and the solstices.
But I've also, since coming here, celebrated Christmas and Hanukkah and like a whole bunch of holidays that I otherwise wouldn't have.
Yeah, when you live amongst every religion, you celebrate every holiday. It's a lot of fun.
But we call ourselves spiritual, not religious.
That's right. Let's see, what else?
So, your thoughts about the future and sustainability?
Oh, the future. Is that the next question? Or okay. Yeah, our thoughts about the future. Water has been a mainstay, and we're learning about resiliency with the landscaping and the food we eat, and water seems to be pretty damn important. So we're looking to start another community with a group of friends. We've been here for 5 years, and at first when we moved here, we were kind of resentful because we couldn't buy in initially. But then you realize over time that actually we've met so many people and made so many wonderful connections and relationships that now we're going to start a community of our own somewhere else and spread the wonderful lessons we've learned here. The 30 years that these people have had this community, they've really started from scratch. It started as families, and then one day every family was cooking, and they're like, why are we doing this? How about one of us cook each night? And what do you know? Then there's cook dates, and they cook 4 nights a week. And we're going to take that lesson we've learned here and bring it to the community. We're going to start somewhere else. And, what we've learned here has been priceless and invaluable, and we're looking to carry it on into the future and keep learning and figuring out how to live together in harmony, because we all want connection, we all want relationships, and I don't know, the internet's more of a facade with Facebook and whatnot, but it's a great tool for communicating and getting stuff together that's real stuff. So anyway, that's what I'm looking for in the future. Yes.
I feel like living in this community has really helped me to like strengthen myself just as an individual. I feel really safe and supported here in my own personal processes. And so the concept of like growing up really resonates with me here, and like the opportunity to grow up and grow into myself. And so I feel like in terms of the future, I feel empowered and strengthened to know how I want my life path to go in terms of sustainability and the choices that I want to make, and that there's other people who are making those choices as well, and that we can move and ebb and flow together. And whether that happens here at La Tierra, at the next community, it is happening in all of these different communities that are here in Sonoma County, but also like throughout the world. So I'm feeling really connected, not only to our community here, but connected to like the international communities that are all around the world that are doing this work. So I feel good about that.
Yeah, I've definitely learned over the last 6 months that local community is all you really have control over. You can go ahead and vote and do your best in that way, but sometimes things don't go so well, and really the only thing you have control over is the resiliency of your own community and your own tribe. And yeah.
Do you think it's possible for us to live in climate neutral ways
Oh, indeed. Oh, yeah, and thrive.
and thrive?
Yeah.
I think technologically we're in that space, or at least moving towards that space. The biggest challenge is like the human potential and the human change, and the ability to see that these are options. And I feel
Right.
like right now, like digital technology is really amazing, but it's also a distraction. And so I'm finding that like the answers are out there, but even within myself, I find myself sometimes like distracted by all of these daily things, or politics and drama and all of that. So yeah, I think doing the work of like really reaching people's hearts is paramount to moving us forward into that climate neutral, living climate neutral.
Hmm.
People need to see there's other ways to live. You know, just as TV and radio did, it forms culture. And right now, the internet is forming culture, but what people look at on there is what is getting formed. So, whoever can throw out there first of what culture should look like is who's winning. And so, we need to show people there's better ways to live than in a box in front of your screen, you know, with the next great hairdo.
Hmm. So if you had a mic and you could speak to the whole world right now, what would you two like to say to them? No pressure.
Connect with the land that you're on and understand how your food gets to you, and have real connections with frequent eye contact with the people that are around you.
I would say to start to begin to understand like the colonization of our minds, and why we think the way that we do, and how our culture has limited our view to a certain extent of this is how things should be, or this is the way that things can be, when in reality I think that's a lot larger than our culture and what we've been taught. And so I think just addressing inside of ourselves, like how has colonization changed my thinking, and what things can I do to decolonize my own mind and thus move forward differently in the world.
Hmm.
Yeah, that works.
Anything else?
Thank you so much, Julie, for doing this work. We
Yes.
appreciate you.
Yes,
I
we're
couldn't do it
always
without you
learning.
guys. Yeah, me too. Okay, so we have like 8 minutes of video. Is there anything else you want to say?
I feel
No?
complete.
You feel
Yeah,
complete?
complete.
Okay, all right. Thanks, you guys.